For this segment, we are going to talk about a new and unusual product that has begun popping up on Craigslist. Let's take a look.
It's a trend in its infancy, it seems. Women are selling their used pregnancy tests online to make some extra cash. They're being sold in states across the country: New York, Arizona, Texas, and Kansas. And so far, it looks like Craigslist won't be doing anything about it. The Huffington Post first noticed an ad back in May from a woman in Buffalo, New York. Since then, more ads have popped up. HuffPost describes Craigslist as the perfect platform for selling these unconventional items. In some of the ads' online descriptions, women say they're selling them just to make extra money. As for the buyers, WPLG has some potential reasoning.
Want to get your boyfriend to finally pop the question or play a trick on mom and dad or one of your friends? And these women are going to be mothers? Really? Seriously?
Seriously? Seriously? Seriously?
Human ingenuity.
It's
brilliant.
See, there's the free market for you.
Yeah.
So, as they mentioned in the video, one of the ads on Craigslist suggested that you could use this test to trick your boyfriend into popping the question, or maybe for playing a practical joke. And I wanted to, since you're a comedian, Paul, I wanted to ask you, what kind of practical joke would you play that involved a positive pregnancy test?
First of all, can I say that tricking your boyfriend into marrying you, that can't go badly.
No, that sounds like, I mean, yeah.
It's genius, right? And that's going to work out
Again,
great.
like bombing Syria.
But I think it's actually a very practical, not even a joke, but I would like to go in and get some maternity leave, get a few months vacation, go in and go, oh my God, I miscarried. You get nothing but sympathy. I think it's a great idea.
I think you have to have the baby to get the maternity leave. You don't get pregnancy leave.
Do
That wouldn't
do
work.
they demand evidence?
I think so. I think it
Yeah,
might
I
be
need to
for
think
people
about
to
this
get
more.
extra money for abortions and then just pocket the money.
Really? Oh, man, that's...
You are thinking
And
like
I
an
think
industrialist.
these chicks on Craigslist should charge more than $20 to $25. That's a big.
And obviously nobody's going to demand evidence that you got an abortion.
That's what I think. But I don't know. I don't know what else they'd be doing with it. Tricking their mom and dad. That doesn't seem
If you
like.
scroll down a little further on Craigslist, you can get proof that you had an abortion. You can just pick it up. They'll sell that too.
Photos.
Craigslist is an amazing thing.
Sure, that's wonderful. There's your free market for you. So, what do you think this is? So, is this ethical to sell pregnancy tests, positive pregnancy tests on Craigslist?
I mean, if you are with somebody with such an evil bitch that would use that to trick you into marrying her, I think you have bigger problems.
Evil bitch in Italian.
Yeah, there's got to be an Italian word for that.
Evil bitch, bitches, puttana, evil.
We'll work it out after the show. But for now, so you think that the question is not so much one of ethics as one of, I mean, the question, if you're a boyfriend and your girlfriend comes to you with a positive pregnancy test, should you be skeptical and be like, I want to see, let's get a new one, let's go in there, I want to watch you pee on that stick. Yeah, did you get this on Craigslist? Go through their browser to make sure. Yeah. I mean, it seems crazy.
Yeah, I think you have bigger problems than Craigslist if that's the scenario. If it even crosses your mind that that's a possibility, I would say that you have a few other problems in your life.
It does remind me of the serious situation because it's like, well, this is the solution, we'll just bomb them, and then what's going to happen after that? Who knows? So you go and you do this, you trick your boyfriend into marrying you because you have this fake pregnancy test, and then it's like, hey, how's that pregnancy coming along, honey? Oh, right.
I'm actually gestating for 3 years.
Yeah.
We're having an elephant.
And also, I'm having a craving. Go get me ice cream.
Yeah, change the subject. How dare you just start crying?
Well, here's the reasoned response is that, well, I think it's reasoned, is that it's perfectly fine to buy and sell that, but what do you do with it? And I believe we have laws in place against falsifying your identity and falsifying anything. If anybody uses it to get some sort of benefits or whatever, I believe that's a crime that's been committed. But theoretically, I would buy some celebrity pap smear results if they put them up there, just to have them. So, ideologically, there's nothing wrong with selling your pregnancy test. What do you do with it? That's where I believe we're already covered on that.
I like the idea of going to Paul's house and, oh, that's such an interesting piece, Paul. What is that? Oh, that's Angelina Jolie's pap smear.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I gotta go.
I'm very into collectibles.
So do you think Craigslist should allow this to happen? Is this? I mean, Craigslist should not get involved. Say, listen, if you want to be tricking your boyfriend into this disastrous situation, knock yourself out.
There is some sense that bodily fluids have a public health risk, that you can't sell them. I know breast milk has to be pasteurized, things like that, but I don't think...
It's not the fluid itself.
I'm saying this, I don't think falls under that category, so I don't think they should do anything.
Well, what about like other things that might be for sale on Craigslist?
Wait a second. Have we investigated whether or not pregnancy tests are fetishistic? Like, there may be a whole fetish down that arena. Who knows?
Probably. Somebody get Dan Savage on the phone and we can find out.
Yeah,
if he
he'll
would
know.
That. Yeah, get an expert. Next week we'll talk to him about that. But I was thinking, like, so what if you wanted to sell a clear STD test? Say you have an STD, but you wanted to, you want to make sure that you let somebody know, or at a bar, that you're perfectly clean. So you've purchased somebody else's test results, and you're like, see, that's perfectly good. Would that be legal? Do you think?
Again, when you're at a bar, I don't think that's what usually happens. That people go, "Hey, look at this document." I think you're.
Well, you don't go to the bars I go to.
Isn't that for the best pickup line? Is be like, hey, you want to see a clean STD test?
You don't
honey?
even say anything. You just put it there on the table. You just go.
Use it as a coaster. There you go. Have a drink on me.
Right.
Take a look at this and let's go home, honey. Yeah. Well, what about
the buying and selling of it is irrelevant. It's pointless. It's what you do with it. It's just like
a positive AIDS test, and you want to play a practical joke on people that you bought a positive, or not a practical. You want to.
So now we're judging someone's sense of humor.
You can't legislate stupidity. Unfortunately.
I was just trying to think of what some of the other options might be that would be out of bounds, because this is the kind of thing you would never think of until you see it, and it's like.
I mean, the lateral move here is to urine tests for drug testing.
Well,
scenarios.
that is not a lateral move. That is already a.
But I mean, it's this. We're talking about the same exact
burgeoning
thing here.
business.
We're talking about the same exact thing. There is a little bit of civil disobedience in the latter. And I don't know really if that's true in the former.
Yeah, probably not. So it's uncivil, I would say, to trick your boyfriend into thinking you're pregnant, and that is a disaster.